Alright guys, name is Tyler aka Nanogenix, and today it is time for another Before You Summon. Now the way these work, in case you are new to one of these, is it's not just a should you summon or any of those things. We actually break down the character itself, we break down the actual banner, and yes, I'm aware that there is a change, we'll discuss that as well. And on top of that, we will talk about the actual teams that will go into building out this character's team. Now, this one is a unique unit, whereas he is probably one of the most versatile units in the game, and we'll get to that as well. So before I actually hop in, if you're new to the channel and you're feeling really frisky today, consider hitting that red subscribe button down there below me, joining the hashtag NanoFam today, as well as if you're already part of the NanoFam, and even if you're not and you're really feeling it, consider hitting that like button. Let's hop in. Let's talk about this physical SSJ3 Gotenks. So this guy is the Super Fizz Type Key plus 3 HP attack and defense plus 120% unit. Now I do know there's obviously a UR form of this guy. We don't really speak too much on him. We have a lot to cover today, so I just wanted to go straight to the TUR form. So he also gives Extreme Fizz a boost as well. Extreme Fizz Type Key plus 1 HP attack and defense plus 50%. And this guy does have 3 super attacks similar to the Tech Gotenks. Matter of fact, almost spot on to the Tech Gotenks. However, he hits way harder than the Tech Gotenks ever could imagine. So his 9 to 10 key is his Galactic Donut attack. As you guys can tell, I'm talking fast, but I have so much to cover and I want to try and do it as efficiently as possible. But his Galactic Donut attack from 9 to 10 key causes immense damage to enemy and greatly lowers defense. His then 11 key, which is his sweet spot, his absolute sweet spot, is his Charging Ultra Boo Boo Volleyball. And that one gets a huge, massively raises attack for 1 turn and causes immense damage to enemy. And then his 12 key, which was a downfall for the tech unit because his 12 key on the tech unit, if I remember correctly, is a supreme damage modifier, whereas the 12 key on the physical one is an immense damage modifier, causes immense damage to enemy and raises attack for 1 turn. Then on this guy's passive, he gets attack plus 120%, and from the start of turn for 7 turns, he gets an additional attack plus 60% and a defense minus 30%. Then his link set is insane. He's got Super Saiyan, Fuse Fighter, Over in a Flash. I would love to say that's an obvious one, but the GT STR Vegeta, SSJ3 Vegeta, doesn't have that for an SSJ3 unit. That's definitely an interesting one. Limit Breaking Form, the Innocence, Budding Warrior, and Fierce Battle. And now, this comes to the part where I said he's one of the most versatile units in the game, and that is because he fits on the Super Saiyan 3 category team, he fits on the Hybrid Saiyans team, the Fusion team, and then also on the Majin Buu Saga team. I always kind of forget that one for some reason, even though that's one of my favorite teams in the game. My boy Super Vegito coming out. Now, so that's this unit. And that's about really all I wanted to cover on it. He's awesome. We're going to come back to it later during the team building aspect of this video. But right now, I want to hop into the actual banner itself. Now, what we're looking at here is how the banner looked when it released on the JP version. Obviously, a huge change to that is that SSJ4 Goku will be included. We know that via the news where it showed off SSJ4 Goku and the physical SSJ3 Gotenks. So the one I would obviously hope, without question, is that they remove the Tech SSJ3 Gotenks off of this banner, just because you can't run them together. While he can be used to increase the super attack of the physical one, they can't be ran together, so realistically speaking, that's probably going to bring you down some. At this point, you probably are way more excited to pull the physical one than you are the tech one, especially with the category system being implemented into the global version of the game already. But there's everything you can see on it. Vegito Blue obviously being a high point if you don't have him yet, because he is fantastic on this team. The Super Saiyan Gotenks also, the physical Super Saiyan Gotenks also being fantastic because he fits perfectly on a physical team with this SSJ3 Gotenks. Dokkan Awakens for both the STR and AGL base form Gotenkses. STR Gotenks stays base form even after his Dokkan Awaken, but the AGL one does go to Super Saiyan. Now, that could be a negative for some of you because he does actually have the same name as the physical one. So the physical one and the AGL one cannot be ran together. Just a heads up on that piece as well. And there you go. So that's how the banner looked on JP. I'm hoping they take away the Tech Gotenks. I'm hoping they do not take away the physical Vegito Blue. We'll have to wait. We'll have to see. Overall, this banner wasn't that great for me on JP. It actually still won't be that great for me on Global, aside from obviously trying to pull for Goku and Gotenks. So it definitely gets a bump for me on Global. I do already have 100% Vegito Blue, so I don't need Vegito Blues. I do already have all of the physical Gotenkses, even though that used to be my White Buffalo on this game. I'm good on that too. So it's going to be a better banner on Global. I know a lot of you, when I spoke about it yesterday, kind of said that you know, you don't need the Gokus anymore, bring back Vegeta, but Goku is a plus for a lot of people on this banner. Now, with all that aside, let's talk about this team. Now, the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to give you guys what I consider to be the most optimal team, minus one unit that I kind of just want to talk about, throw in there and all of that, and I'll give you guys, obviously, probably what should be the most optimal, and then I give you guys some options. And I feel like this is a very good thing to do, because when it comes right down to it, which we're going to talk about how he fits on all those other teams, when it comes right down to it, a lot of the times when you are thinking of the whole should you summon type thing, this is a big factor. Do you have the team? Do you actually have usability for this unit? And if you don't, and you're already rocking a good STR team and you don't have a lot of the physical units or whatever it might be, then that it kind of comes down to, well, then yeah, it's probably not the smartest thing to spend stones on this. I should probably wait for this or this or this. So anyways, now then, the actual probably optimal team on global right now is clearly SSJ3 Gotenks. He's already there on the screen, and you need him to even build this team out in general anyway. The runner-up to, and probably it shines almost as much as the SSJ3 Gotenks on this team, is Vegito Blue. If you've been able to pull duplicates of him, or at least were able to invest some physical orbs into this unit, he's fantastic on this team. He goes from taking like 15 to 20,000, maybe sometimes 30,000 for counters, to taking down to sometimes triple and even double-digit damage because of that 120% boost, especially if you're able to put orbs into him and build his defense up to get him to that kind of point to where he starts taking double and triple damage. It is so friggin' nice. Not to mention how many super attacks he can get off, and he starts doing a ton of damage, and it's just beautiful, guys. It's just beautiful. Then moving past that, the other kind of superstar on this team is the physical Super Saiyan Gotenks. He does obviously still for your team, as well as does a pretty decent amount of damage on this team. I have mine at SA10 on JP, and even without crits, generally speaking, that guy hits for like 550 to 750,000 damage almost anytime he's out there. And he's going to do a ton of damage on this team, especially with these supporting units I'm about to bring out here. We've got the Physical Pan. Now, Physical Pan does offer an ally's attack plus 25% after she super attacks, but generally speaking, you're going to have her in that third slot, so she's not ever going to actually be beneficial from that point. However, her passive is attack and defense plus 30% for all allies when HP is 30% or above. Now, 30% is not that much of a limitation. 50% maybe yes, but 30% you're probably going to almost always heal yourself to the point where you're above that 30% threshold and not have to worry about that too much. So Pan is a staple unit on this team. Past her is the physical team Gohan, the plus 3 key, plus 40% to HP, or not HP, but attack and defense. He also has a rare chance to stun, so it's worth noting. His links aren't great, I will definitely admit that, but you're getting an attack and defense boost of 40% as well as plus 3 key, which can kind of be a negative sometimes because sometimes he is the cause of you not being able to get off your 11 key with SSJ3 Gotenks, but that attack and defense plus 40% totally outweighs everything else. That's about as good as it gets from a support unit standpoint, which is why those guys are exclusive to those support banners. And then the final unit, and this is the one that I'm going to go ahead and immediately give you guys the substitute. That's probably what everyone agrees to be the most optimal piece for global right now. But for me, because he's a global exclusive unit, I cannot just like not include this guy, is the physical Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku. Key plus 3, attack plus 100% when HP is 50% or above is his passive, so he's going to hit pretty dang hard. The only drawback to this unit, he has a really good link set and everything else, is for some reason, even though he's a fairly new unit, they gave him, where when he super attacks, he sacrifices 7% HP. Now, I understand that's part of the Kaioken kind of thing, since he's Super Saiyan Kaioken, that's supposed to be kind of built into it, but they could have left that off. But it's hard to not include this unit when he's a global exclusive. You guys got to agree with me on there. But his clear replacement would be the physical Super Saiyan Father-Son Gallic Gun Trunks, because that guy, again, these are all floating units. Your main rotations are going to be SSJ3 Gotenks and Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, and SSJ3 Gotenks and Super Saiyan Gotenks, excuse me, guys. But your floating units then would obviously be the Teen Gohan, the Pan, and then either Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku or the Father-Son Trunks. And in all honestly, if you have the Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku and you have him at SA10, he could honestly be your other primary slot rotation and replace the Super Saiyan Gotenks. Just throwing that out there. Some other good replacements for this team, if you don't have those exact units I named off, would be the physical Bardock. He offers Sealing, which you don't really need since you already have the Gotenks, but his passive is Ki +2 and attack +20% for all allies when HP is 30% or above. That's pretty solid for a support type unit. The physical SSJ3 Goku as well offers basically that exact same passive. He is missing Fierce Battle, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. And then some kind of just spitball ones here that I just wanted to throw in. Again, with these 120% teams, you can pretty well fit in the units wherever you want to. It doesn't matter too much because you're having your Gotenks carry the team already, and then everyone else just kind of falls in, getting that boost and does pretty decent damage and pretty decent tanking. But the kind of two fun ones that I wanted to include were Orale, because with her 120% boost on passive and her ability to be farmed up to SA10 for free, she hits really hard. And then Kel. Kel is also a fun one. I invested a decent amount of orbs on JP into Kel as well as SA10'd her, and she does a fair amount of damage as well. Plus, she does have an additional. Now, when she supers, her defense is minus 30% for one turn. Trying to position her the way you can. She's just a fun unit to run. She's a super Broly, basically. She's a super type Broly, and she's just kind of fun to run and include in there. Now, the last thing I wanted to touch on was how I said he's the most versatile unit in the game. Guys, he fits on Fusion, he fits on Hybrid Saiyans, he fits on Majin Buu Saga and Super Saiyan 3. He does an insane amount of damage on all these teams. Like, he is perfect on all of them. Matter of fact, I would be willing to bet you could say he's absolutely optimal on all 4 of those teams. You're definitely going to want him on those teams. So when it comes right down to it, if you don't obtain this unit from this banner and wait for maybe a better valued banner later, he is still going to be a unit that you eventually want to have in your arsenal. Just throwing that out there. So this guy is awesome. I really hope I'm able to pull him. I really hope you watching this right now are able to pull him as well. But that's been today's Before You Summon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We kind of built the team, showed you guys what the banner looked like before, talked about it. I mean, I'm telling you right now, for my opinion, I want this unit really bad. Hopefully this video helped you make up your mind on whether you really want to spend your stones on it or not. It's just a good kind of before you summon video, guys. That's what these are here for. So anyways, as I said before, if you're new to the channel, you haven't done so yet, hit that red subscribe button down there below me, as well as if you're really feeling it today and you haven't done it yet in this video, consider hitting that like button. Otherwise, guys, have a great day. Keep on keeping on. Nanogenix signing off, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.